Hello, water signs, and welcome back to Will's Mediumship and Numerology channel. If you're new to my channel, I certainly appreciate both your viewership as well as your subscriptions. Okay, so what I like to do is give you a higher self reading because let's face it, ladies and gentlemen, we often wonder if there's a way that our higher selves can actually guide us towards our soul mission if we just simply trust. Okay? With that said, ladies and gentlemen, I like to just point out two things that you need to understand as we move forward in this reading. One of the things that we tend to do is we rely so heavily on our egos, okay? And as many of you know, our ego tend to be fear based. It's always critical, it's always judgmental. But when you decide to follow your higher self, you embrace more optimism. The messages that you receive are very supportive and very loving. Okay? So try to keep your eye on your thoughts here because the power or the law of attraction is very, very important. Honor your higher self. Because, ladies and gentlemen, you, this is in fact your true identity. Try to trust your gut a bit more, okay? So, with this reading, okay, this reading will be valid until the end of May, okay? I'm going to go on and let's shuffle up here and just see what messages Spirit would have to share with you in regards to what you need to know right now. And what we're trying to do here, particularly during this time span in question, is to at least try to help you heal your heart so that you can open your minds and your souls up to higher guidance. Okay? We're going to start off by just discussing the overarching energy or the theme that's pervading this time period in question. And then we're going to move on, ladies and gentlemen, to see what really needs to be healed. Okay? And from that point, we're going to go on and just determine exactly what you need to do to begin the healing process and share with you the steps by which you need to take in order to do so, as well as provide you with a resolution or just a probable outcome should you continue on as you are. Keep in mind this reading is valid until the end of May. If it resonates with you guys as we go through it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up, share with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button so that you guys receive all future readings, okay? So let's go on and just riffle these cards once more here to just give it a good shuffle, okay? And again, we're going to start off with discussing what the overarching theme that's pervading your reading appears to be here. And I've decided to go on and just select a few cards here. I'm going to select 3 cards, all right? We have balance, okay? We have trust, ladies and gentlemen. And we have, wow, success. So we see that balance and trust are a needed factor if you are to achieve success here. And what you see here, success is certainly imminent if you do so, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm seeing here as an overarching theme for you guys is that with having balance there, that certainly is all about reflection, courage, and action. It's telling you that again, it's time to stop procrastinating in a matter, and action is in fact needed. Okay. It's also telling you stop stretching yourself too thin during this time period in question. Try to take time out to rest and play. Stop focusing, water signs, all of your energy on work or the lack thereof. Okay? Consider revising your schedule to include fun time. It seems that you guys have, kind of, moved away from really appreciating the joy that can come out of just simply resting and just doing something fun for yourself. Life is certainly not all about work. All right? Consider revising your schedule, ladies and gentlemen, to include those types of adventurous time, the things that used to just make you happy, you know? And realize that no is in fact a complete sentence. Start saying it more, particularly to those with whom you associate. If they are in fact draining you or causing you much fatigue, you really need to do that. Okay, and then you have trust. Okay, so if you remain optimistic that you and only you can accomplish what you want, you'll indeed know how to live when you embrace more self-trust. This is required. Trust your current path and where it's leading you. And most importantly, have faith. You are exactly where you are meant to be, water signs. Believe in yourself and continue doing what you see is best for you, not what others see. Okay? Now, although you might have made irrational decisions in the past and you might be kind of questioning your decision making abilities now, recognize water signs that your past does not determine your future. Stop running to others for advice because many of you already know what it is that you need to do. So, just like Nike's motto used to be, just do it. Okay? And trust the guidance that you receive from your higher self to continue to steer you in the right direction. It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to refocus and to restore, okay? Restore your faith in your ability to heed your intuition. Understand that it certainly never fails you. It's time to surrender negative thinking. You guys are always contemplating that the world is against you. The world is not against you. You're being your own worst enemy. And by doing so, for heeding the advice, as I've just mentioned to you, guess what? Success is in fact inevitable. Okay? Surrender fear. Understand that if at first you don't succeed, that was a song, huh? Dust yourself off and try again. Dust yourself off and try again. Isn't that how she said? Okay. The desires you've worked so hard on manifesting will in fact materialize during this period under discussion. Stop doubting yourself and your ability to succeed. You are water signs on the right path. Continue to persevere despite any difficulties, obstacles you are presently experiencing. The acknowledgement, water sign, and the reward you seek are just around the corner if you can just be patient. Okay, so now let's go on and just select a card here, ladies and gentlemen, to determine what might need to be healed during this time period in question here. Okay, we have, wow, perspective. Okay, so that is certainly drawing our attention, ladies and gentlemen, to the fact that You need to change how you perceive things. And some of you are either obsessing about another or you're stressing about the acquisition of money or perhaps the lack thereof. Okay? You're just stressing over things over which you really don't have any, over which you have no control. Okay? Now let's go on and just select another card here, ladies and gentlemen, and just ask what steps need to be taken to begin your healing process, water signs. We have direction. Okay? It's time that you follow your heart. Okay? It already knows the way. Take a risk. Embrace change. Surrender the routine way of you have been, or surrender the way to which you've become accustomed to doing things, routinely. You're so predictable. Think outside the box. Listen to the guidance, however, from your higher self, which is what I'm hopefully you're doing now. Not your ego, not that judgmental person, not that person or that energy that tells you that you're not going to succeed. Why even try? Give up. Not that energy, but that higher self energy, that loving energy here. You know? Stop over intellectualizing things because this certainly will cause you to miss out on opportunities. Follow the path that excites you, water signs, the most. That's certainly the most important thing that you might consider doing in your approach moving forward. If this reading is resonating with you guys, water signs, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button so that you receive all future readings, okay? So let's move on and select another card here and just get some indication, ladies and gentlemen, on what you might need to be, what might need to be forgiven here. Wow, we have dreams. Okay, so that's giving me a strong indication, ladies and gentlemen, that perhaps I'm getting a strong impression that many of you may have dreamt, perhaps, of becoming someone else in this life. Okay, and people might have caused you to alter your path. And perhaps you've acquiesced a bit too soon here, okay? Understand everything happens for a reason. And some of you might even have received a message or messages in your dreams about your next step, and perhaps you've ignored the message that you received here. Now's the time to move forward fearlessly, okay? It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to surrender procrastination and to stop worrying about things over which you have no control. The past is the past. It's time to try to live in this moment a bit more, okay? So let's go on and just select another card here and just to see what the results or your possible next step might include to get you to where you are. Remember, success is within reach. We have nature, okay? So, understand that certainly nature is, in fact, the best physician. It reminds me of the like a more Emersonian type um, approach here to living here, all right? Because as we know, spending time in nature can certainly help you heal because it cleanses your spirit. This card is giving me some indication to suggest to you that some of you might even decide to, or you might attempt to, or consider resting next to a tree to focus more on your mental stability. Take a respite, water signs, from the hustle and bustle. Get in tune with your body and what it wants and needs. Because again, success certainly surrounds you here. So this really was a very, very positive reading for you guys here. So now just to keep in line with what I've been saying here in terms of various things you might want to consider when you, as you transform your situation, okay? There are things that you might want to consider letting go, particularly during this time period in question, okay? And so why don't we go on and just select 5 cards here using my Oracle deck here to give you those 5 messages of things you might want to consider letting go, particularly during this time period in question, okay? Particularly for your higher good. So Spirit, give me 5 messages for water signs in regards to the discussion that we're having, okay? And water signs, be sure to give this reading a big thumbs up if it's resonating. Share it with others to whom you think might benefit, and be sure to press that subscription button so that you receive all future readings. Okay, let's see what we have. All right. Again, I can't stress it enough. Surrender. Procrastination. It's time that you take action. Okay? And you can't do that until you restore the balance that's necessary for your situation here. Okay? And trust. All right? And trust that it can be done. Now is the time to jump in on a goal instead of putting it off. Because taking action will attract the success that many of you are seeking. All right? Next message. Surrender to rest and sleep. This is further echoing what I've mentioned earlier. It's time that you take a brief respite. So, to prevent burnout, water signs, it's time that you slow down, honor your need for quiet time and peaceful sleep to rejuvenate your mind, your body, as well as your spirit. Next message. Surrender to setting limits. Particularly during this time frame, this seems to be most appropriate for many of you. Understand that it's certainly healthy to set boundaries in your relationships. Practice expressing your needs and remember that, isn't it something? I've said this, that no is in fact a complete sentence. Stop stretching yourself too thin. Next message. Surrender your fear of change. Keep in mind that the universe is reminding you that you are cared for always. Whether you're afraid of change in your job or your work or a relationship, or if you fear aging or death, repeat the affirmation: I have faith that all is well. And last message with these cards: it's time that you surrender resentments. Holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try to forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward toward more positive situations in your life here. And you can do so by, once again, embracing the jovial messages from your higher self. So, in conclusion today, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to leave you with a few messages because I believe that we have all reached this Aquarius type age, okay? And we are a dreamer, okay? So, what I like to do, and as because we are an awakened dreamer, I'm going to leave you with 4 final messages to consider prior to closing out this reading, okay? So, Spirit, give us 4 messages to share with water signs in regards to the discussion um, that we're having, or just simply messages that they really need to hear, particularly during this time span in question. 4 final messages here, Spirit. Let's see what we have. Okay. Extreme presence. Soak up the resplendent beauty of the unrepeatable moments you find yourself in now. There are billions of tiny and grand miracles conspiring together to make this a holy instant for you. Don't miss a speck of this life-giving nectar. Next message. Contagious joy. Understand that your dream life isn't about fame. It isn't about fortune, or it certainly isn't about the kind of car you drive. The telltale sign that you are living your dream life is the perfume of your contagious joy. Next message. Peek behind the curtain. Treat life like it's a dream, because it is. Take a peek behind the scenes to see the consciousness that created your circumstances. Marvel at how, when you raise your energy, all that once seemed concrete morphs around your new uplifted point of view. And last message today, what's the best use of me? Instead of telling the universe what you want, ask the universe, how best can I serve you? What would you have me do? What would you have me be? What would you have me create? What's the best use of me today? So, water signs, this is the reading that I have for you today. I certainly hope that this reading has offered you food for thought. Be sure to like and share, subscribe if you've yet to subscribe. And if you'd like to schedule a more personalized reading, you can certainly access my website to schedule your reading there, or you could send an email. All right. Thanks a lot for viewing, and I look forward to hearing your comments. Enjoy your day.